talking about IPOB Biafra. Oh. I'm not talking about Biafra for the good people of Igbos who want their country and genuinely believe that Biafra is the only hope. Please, the Biafra I'm talking about is the one by IPOB. The Biafra, the Biafra of IPOB. And anybody who insult me here, I go, this will not be those days where I converse, bring my page down. If you insult me, I will give you back straight away here, and I don't get time. Because you say you want something, but you are going about it the wrong way, and then you say people must support you.
We have Mr. Pansat joining us today for the first time after 7 years. Mr. Pansat, good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today?
Well, thank God, Elvis. How are you, everybody?
I'm fine. You know, I hope this one that you join us today is not to attack us or you came to bless us.
Not at all. I'm here. We, even though I haven't been on the panel, I have my eye on the show.
Oh, okay.
It's our show, so but we do have some differences. Obviously, we have to iron those out.
Oh, that's good, sir.
Proceed.
Good. It's good
So
to have
hello
you
to
here,
the,
but I would like to. Can you just take the first lead then? Okay.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Please talk to us. Good evening to you once again.
By the way, let me first begin by saying hello to Mommy Diaspora and everybody in the comment section and those who are listening to us. Nigeria as a family, we have issues. Some of them are clannish, some of them are tribal, and of course, some of them is national, and then Africa itself. So with your show, you opened up with Mr. Oraka, who all of us enjoy his shows. Like you rightfully said, when he's knocking the Yorubas, you have some Igbos, some Hausas who enjoy that. Not everybody, obviously. And then but he makes a lot of sense in the aggregate sense. But he has the same problem that you have, Elvis, right? You're not inerrant. You're not perfect. You come closest to being good because you have a true spirit. You're searching for true and false on this show. That's one credit I give you. But you do have that thing about Biafra and the Igbos, right? Which is why you and I clashed here. Because I know it's there. We're going to solve it one day. But you have to make our time to solve it. Mr. Oraka is comparing apples to oranges when it comes to the Yorubas and the problems, some of the Yorubas, obviously, the problem that he's complaining about, and the Igbo situation. Anybody who comes out and say the Igbos like to dominate people or the Igbos do this doesn't know what they're talking about. Or if P2B does, like you said, if P2B doesn't make it, then it's going to be a long time. There are many P2Bs in Igbo land, in Yoruba land, in Yoruba land. P2B is not unique. We have a lot of P2Bs in that country, in the north. So we're fighting for a cause here. But the issue of Biafra, we don't have to wait for every section of the country to get it right before we should fight for our own survival in that country. I don't know if you watched me because you referenced some people insulting me the other day in another platform. That's okay. Who am I? I can be insulted. It's just like you. You tell the truth here. A lot of people are going to, if they have the chance, without fearing that you're going to ban them, they're going to insult you, right? So how I know I'm doing the right thing is when I'm insulted. But let me go to the point, the very first point you made here, which is about the Igbos. We have all kinds of Igbos.
We are not talking about the Igbos, the Biafrans, not Igbos.
Yeah, but that is actually...
Even Oraka was not talking about the Igbos.
He was
talking about Biafra.
He was. If you listen to it, he's using it interchangeably. And, you know, I'm not sensitive, so don't worry about that. With the point he's making about Igbos, it's nothing else but Igbos. So Biafra, though, in the real sense, it's not just the Igbos. You have to look at Biafra historically and then the Biafra today. The Biafra he's talking about in 67 is made out of a lot of people. Calabar, and many other tribes. But look, you gotta be honest with one thing. That's another thing you don't like about me, which is I tell you one truth. When it comes to Nigeria, you have Wazobia, right? That tripartite thing there constitutes what the tribes in Nigeria in the colloquial sense. If you're not Yoruba, you're Igbo. If you're not Igbo, you're Hausa. Now, if you Ogoni people with 500,000 people, they don't count in that sense. They're Igbos in that sense. But if you do their genetic, then are they Igbos? No, they have a claim to another subgroup. But the way when we talk colloquially, we have Wazobia. You have to fit in there, whether you like it or not. That's the way it is. Now, when you come on this platform, and I notice that you keep saying you support P2B, therefore that gives you license to say anything about the Igbos. No, we're not going to let you do that. Doesn't give you a license. You support P2B because P2B is the best candidate in this particular election that went through.
So who is saying anything about the Igbos? Me? Are you referring to me?
You too, yes. Not just today.
Please tell the world what I said about Igbo. Go ahead. Just say that first before you continue.
Yeah,
the bad thing I said about the Igbo, please.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's an aura. That is something.
No, but what are you talking about? That it doesn't give me a license. Who is looking for a license anyway?
I understand, but let me land. Right?
No. I have to interject you when you are going in the wrong way. So I've not said anything bad about the Igbo. So I'm here. Go ahead.
Yeah, what you said, what I mean that what you said about the Igbos, right? You say when you come here, you present something, then I guess you read something somebody said on the comment section, and you just went off.
Yes.
And you just keep talking about the Igbos generally, or it could come in this form. This is
not about the Igbo, not about the Igbo. I was saying when we talk about Tinubu and the Yoruba people here, how come you don't complain? In 30 days, 29 days, we talk about the Yorubas and Tinubu. In 1 day, in the 30 days, we talk about only Biafra, and you want to jump out of the sky. That's it. So what are you saying?
It's not true though. Listen to what you say about what you said about the Yorubas is totally different from. You're not talking about Sunday Igboho trying to succeed from Nigeria, and then you use that to paint the entire Yorubas, right? What you're saying about the Yorubas is
not
true.
Talking about Nnamdi Kanu. If you want to talk about Sunday,
but you do too.
I don't even know where you're going. Nobody
because you're spoon feeding me. Let me land. Give me 2 minutes. Let me land. Right?
Okay.
You don't. That's the same thing I'm saying to you. I said to Dr. Damages or anybody else. Your platform is not for you to determine what is true or false or who is wrong or right. Right? Your platform is for administrative purpose. You get to say how long I speak, but don't condescend on me to tell me what I heard. I know what I heard. It's not a new thing. The only time you and I fight on this platform,
you're a very controversial person. That's why I'm
absolutely
following you from bumper. So you go ahead now. We're listening. Thank you.
Yeah, look, I'm a very controversial person. Why? Because I care about our country and the state of things, and I'm not here
sure
to
you care about Nigeria.
Oh, of course I do. You don't question my patriotism. I care about Nigeria, but we don't have to wait for everybody to be on board. People have the right to stay in Nigeria or leave Nigeria if they don't want to be in Nigeria. It's like the Soviet Union. That's a big state, powerful state, but they couldn't hack it together. They all went their separate ways. There's nothing wrong with that. So, but look, a lot of the discussion I want to have with you, maybe I might have it with you privately because you're doing a fantastic job. But I have one thing that I've always known. When this project doesn't work out with Peter Obi, you're going to be a problem, right? You're going to be a problem because I see the negativity even from yesterday's show. I saw how you were, when you were ending the show, your demeanor, you're not happy. But I'm trying to encourage you and tell you that Peter Obi, whether he succeeds or not, it's not the last. We still have to do what we have to do because we know that they turned off that beavers, and I'm upset about it. On your show and other shows, I can't tell you what the problem is in Nigeria is Sunni Islamic terrorism. That's what it is. You cannot equate it with anything else. With the myopic view of some of our Southwestern brothers, it just happens that our best civil rights fighters are also from there. So it's so complicated that you cannot say the Yorubas are this and that because our best is from there. Our worst is from there. But it does not exclude you, though, the minorities in Nigeria.
I'm not a minority. I'm not. I've corrected you. I've corrected you on that before.
Let me land.
You cannot tell me I'm calling for minorities. Nobody is minor.
Don't do that. No,
that's why Obasanjo did not work.
Minority.
Let me land.
Don't come here to say call anybody minority. You nobody is minor.
Mr. Pansat, I think you are there for good. Don't for argue, Mr. Pansat.
What nonsense is that? That's why your Obasanjo did not work.
You are not better
what nonsense is that?
No, don't use that word. I correct you.
Wazobia can never work because it's evil.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on.
Don't come here and tell me that's how it is.
I'm about to land. Let me land.
Yourself that there's no minority in Nigeria.
Okay.
Be kidding yourself.
Okay, please hold on.
And don't group anybody to be evil. Don't say that. That it's a three. Have you ever worked?
No minority.
Will you
control this? Work for you people. See people try.
Why you kidding yourself? You are running away from the problem.
Let's have order, please.
That's why Nigeria is a shithole.
Let's run away from the problem. Allow him to speak. Allow him to speak.
Wait for your
it's annoying.
Go ahead, Pansat.
I know. Listen to me, right? Because this is one thing that annoys the people now. Minority is not a bad thing. It's a numbers game. All right. If you have people boasting 40 million, 30 million, some of them 60 million, and then you have 500,000, right? You need to be protected. You're a minority. It doesn't matter. It's not a negative thing, but I respect. Let me land.
It's not good to use that word minority. It's not good at all.
You know what? Nobody.
I'm not taking it back.
Nobody is minor. God does not do things because we are men.
Please hold on.
But it's the fact. He's speaking fact, though.
Let's get along. Let's get along. Please, let's get along because
go ahead, Mr.
That's the opportunity you give to the northern part.
Can we
That's why they are dealing with us like this.
Okay. Hold on.
Thank you. Your repopulation, do you really know?
Yes,
please let him finish.
I happen to know.
It's okay, madam. It's okay. So, please let Mr. Pansat go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's not the size of the dog, it's the size of the fight in the dog that counts. So don't worry if somebody's small or their numbers. No, that's not the issue. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying to you that, first of all, I'm a Pan-Africanist. All this tribal talk is really not my forte. It's not why I'm here, right? We have bigger problems than that. But let me just go to, for example, Ken Saro-Wiwa. Okay, a lot of he's an Ogoni. That's about 500,000 Ogonis, right? So when they went to Aburi, I made a deal, come back, and he thwarted that deal. He says, "Oh, we're gonna be dominated by the Igbos. So we don't want to be under the Igbos." So the deal fell through. Guess what happened to him? Right? That civil rights activist that's fighting for the land of the Ogoni and for the land, for the oil spill and the rusty pipelines, they whacked him. Did the Ogonis do anything? Can they do anything? They can't. Now, Ken Saro-Wiwa ran to his people.
That Ogoni, right? Ogoni, can I use Ogoni to compare every other tribe in Nigeria?
Please let him speak.
Who is that?
Madam Patricia, please.
Oh, is that Madam Patricia? Okay. Madam Patricia, please. I'm not very good at abusing women or getting into confrontation with them. So I really have respect for you for that reason. So now let me land, because I was going to bring it to contemporary issues. You have the former bank executive here, Emefiele, right? They unceremoniously took him out. He's an independent agency. He can do anything when it comes to that monetary policy. But look at the way they treated him. Look at Jonathan. Look at the way they treated Jonathan. Look at Chief Justice Onegin. All right. So even though you have all these numerous, maybe 400 different minority groups, quote unquote, just numerically, I'm talking about the population when I say minority, they don't do anything. It's still us from the Southeast who know that these are our people who have to fight for them. When they remove Emefiele, what do? You don't do anything. You know why? Because it's actually from a different minority group. It's actually people closer to him that wish that he's removed. That's the problem we have in the country. They got their eyes on the Igbos. Why? Because we're liberal and we're like you. We're everybody else. All of us are the same thing. Over there, Port Harcourt. Even now, Edo is included because they've got sense now. Edo didn't have sense before. They're like thinking the way Elvis wants to go back to when this project fails. You think you're going to build up on us. You can't build up on us. We're too big for that. And we're going to deal with anybody. And I'm coming into the project to deal with anybody who, after this project, think that we're going to go back to that nonsense. If they don't turn back that beavers and count that votes, you bet your ass we're going to get out of that place. Bet your ass, because you cannot spend 400 billion naira with the technology and then you just turn it off. So no, we're not going to wait for those who cannot do anything. We have succeeded from the country before. For 3 years, fighting the whole country. We had boundaries, we had our currency, we had our money, we had our government, electricity, building roads, manufacturing weapons. Go to the museum, it's right there. So if maybe you heard a lot of our people, some people made mistakes in the past. Like Ojukwu made a mistake. When he was doing that war, after Onitsha, should have been dealing with anybody sees that right after that place and start capturing them or doing whatever it has to do. There are more Igbos than all other tribes combined. Take that to the bank. So we know we could defeat anybody in that country in a war. So Britain is bombing us. Russia is bombing us. So you just think we're going to take it lying down. We're not going to take it lying down. There will be another war. Take it from me. So
Mr. Pansat, you'll be talking for so long now, and you like to say, let me land. Please, can you land now, please?
Okay. I'll land with saying this to you. The only problem I have with you, Elvis, I've told you, you come closest to somebody in search of true and false. That is one virtue you have more than anybody else. And once you know something is wrong, you don't do it. So you're not an evil person. But you take a lot of pedestrian issues, or somebody could take a tape of me talking and give to you, and you concentrated on that. No, people should insult me. Like what I just said is controversial.
Okay.
But I'm saying to you, after this project, don't destroy what you've done, because one of the things you've done here is to bring progressive Nigerians from Edo State and those from Southeast, from the North, together. That's your only achievement. But it's not going to be easy because we're dealing with a formidable enemy. Do you think these guys, they don't give a damn? How many of those are Tinubu's government? How many Calabars? How many river people? How many? Just forget about the Igbos. Take us out of the equation.
You're right. I know.
So we cannot go back, but Peter Obi is not the only person that we have. We have you, for example.
But it's difficult to find someone else that we can, see as Peter Obi in Nigeria. Even though
it's even the first person to come out now that we know.
No, because to me, Peter Obi is not perfect. Peter Obi is good in this particular election, but we need somebody. Perfect. We need somebody with a little bite, right? So we don't want to replicate or reproduce another Peter Obi. No, I want somebody who's going to form a government as soon as that beavers was turned off, because we gave him a mandate. I don't care who.
Mr. Pansat, my stand remain my stand. Me, I don't have patience to wait for 2027 or for another person better than Peter Obi to come out and all that. I just want everything to happen now. The energy I've put into this since April 2022 till now, I can't promise anybody I can do it again. That's what I'm saying all the time. I can't.
We're begging you, please do not. If you give up, we lose a lot of ground. Right? They know that
Mr. Pansat, it's not easy to come here every day.
I know. You have to. You owe it to the country. Nothing is easy, right? Don't give up, which is one of the themes I used to tell you when I came here, right? Because it might be that we needed another shortcut before we get to our destination. Maybe this needs to happen, right? So let's see if they're going to shamefully go through with this, especially our courts, our Supreme Court. Everybody's watching now, so now we know. So don't give up, because that will be the worst defeat we have. Is people like you, yourself, Mr. Oraka, and all that. You're not perfect. I'm not expecting you to be perfect, but you cannot give up, because we have achieved a lot. Look at, I tell some of my Yoruba friends about 2 weeks ago, I say, okay, maybe you want something tactically, but you've lost a lot strategically. Look at Edo, look at Benue, look at the Christians in the north. They think they're happy. They're not happy. It has nothing to do with the Igbos. They didn't know before. But now you know that what we're crying for, but the mistake you're making, the Igbos are the conscience of the country. Now, you're not going to like it, but that's you have to get used to it, because we're not approaching you from weakness. You want to deal, we're going to deal with you. That's the way we're coming. I'm coming. My thing is that we have to do it properly this time. I'm not trying to you say, hey, look, don't leave. Let's be together. No, you don't like me, fine. I don't like you. For me, automatically, you like me, then I like you. If you don't like me, fine. What am I supposed to do because you don't like me? Am I supposed to cry about it?
Everybody cannot like you anyway.
No, we have a long ways to go, but it's easy to identify the problem. We have a Sunni Islamic problem in the country. They are buying people in Benue. Our people, thieves, in scores a day, scores. They go to secondary schools, for example, Chibok, they pack 300 girls and they're gone. They're probably in those palaces over there. Our girls in secondary school. You go to Southern Kaduna, not only the Shiites in Zaria and the north, right? They're buying 1,000 a day in an afternoon and bury them in mass graves. You go to Southern Kaduna, those people are devastated in IDP camps. Why? What is it? Now, Tinubu is showing us, even as evil as he is, he's able to boldly put his people in there, remove these Fulanese who think that they're God's gift to Nigeria, and nothing is happening. The world is not ending. So we have to get ourselves together and go do the right thing. If Nigerians don't want to, once that goddamn Supreme Court gives their verdict and it flies in our face,
okay, Mr.
we have to stop them. If they don't, then fine.
Mr. Pansat, before you leave, do you have, should I say, faith or hope that the Supreme Court will do the right thing?
No, I do not. I do not have faith they're going to do the right thing. They shouldn't do the right thing. They cannot do the right thing, right? When you plant oranges, it's not going to germinate pears, right? Those guys are in that office. Think about, do you think Tinubu can just leave those people there? Not only Tinubu, but Northern. Remember, Tinubu has very little to do with this. It's the 5 Northern governors that stopped Buhari from putting in the former Senate president, right? So the 5 Northern governors is the Northern Muslims. That's who has this Tinubu there. That's who it is. Don't take your eye off of that. Tinubu does not have the ability to do anything. It's the 5 Northern governors, which means the Northern Sunni intelligentsia. That's who has Tinubu in office. Period. He couldn't pull it off without those people. That's who you gotta keep your eyes on. It's not Tinubu doing all these things. It's the not. We have an agenda by Northern Muslims. Either somebody has to talk to them by education, or we have to fight them. We have to defeat them. They cannot make our country be the laughing stock of the world and keep buying our people every day. So there's an amelioration a little bit, but it's not Tinubu. I want you to know that today. It's the Northern governors. That's who has Tinubu in office. Buhari was going to fuck him. He wasn't going to uphold the deal they had when they created APC. So either they're going to have to stop because Tinubu is already not playing ball as much as they want. And the Nigerian people are not in that mood. So what is it going to take? We have to fight. It has to go to war.
Thank you, sir.
Area. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pansat. Thank you very much.
Thank
you. For your wonderful submission. We agree to disagree. We disagree to agree. But let me see what others will say concerning your submission. Thank you very much, Madam Joy, for calling in. Good evening to you, man. Please talk to us.
Hello, everyone. Wonderful Nigerians, the people. Please, right now, when we are now talking, we are talking about the people. and not the company. Obedient Nation, NAIJA Watch family, citizens, journalists, everyone, Mr. NAIJA Watch, God bless you. I greet everyone. Just a quick one on Mr. Pansat. Thank you for coming around. I use strong words for you. Sorry, I'll have to, don't take it personal. You know, when Mr. Oraka was talking and he talked about Biafra, he talked about Igbos, he talks about everyone as far as I'm concerned. And one of the things that I have come to understand about our life, about us, is naturally nobody likes to be, you know, the direct truth. There are some truths that are fundamental and they hurt. And I'm saying this to you because I want to call your attention. This is very important, especially most times when Igbos are mentioned, we want to sit on our weak points, which is very wrong. When you come and you come to talk to, you know that this is NAIJA Watch family, for crying out loud, and you know that there are so many different tribes here, and the Edos and all the other, I mentioned them, there are so many, and then you come, you mention the one, the minority, and you're talking about how the all that, especially the Biafrans, they want everybody to come under. No, you don't bully people to believe in you. You have to figure out how to call others together. That's what we are talking about. And that is one of the things I respect about this forum, this NAIJA Watch TV. He is so particular. When you hear him, he is very vehement about tribe. He does not want tribalism. When you are generalizing, he calls our attention to it. And that is one of the things we are learning here. So I tell you, sir, if you go and listen to most of your videos and tone down some points, there are ways you can bring people in. I don't know who. I believe that we all are entities. Everyone have their rights. Nobody wants to be trampled on. So if personally I'm Igbo, but if we are all going to come together and make a people, we must remove these tribal sentiments and see us as a people. We are humans, for crying out. What makes us human is what we are looking out for, and that is what is being decimated and desecrated. So we should come together as a people, and not with tribal, this pride in your tribes. I'm Igbo, but it pisses me off when people come. I'm a proud Igbo, but I don't flag it on people's face. I think I'll rest it there. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Madam Joy. God bless you. All right.
Yeah, may I respond to her before she goes too far? I'm sorry.
Okay, you have only 1 minute, sir. More people on the phone. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, and I appreciate her. But boy, she way off. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. Where do you see Igbos flagging anything in front of anybody's face, right? Nobody wants anybody to be a part of Biafra who is not a Biafran. Nobody. I don't know anybody who wants anybody. Look, are we talking in the abstract? We had Biafra before. It existed for 3 years. Like I said, it had boundaries. It was a state for 3 years. You cannot be a Biafran if you're not a Biafran. Who wants you to be a Biafran if you're not a Biafran? It makes no sense. Okay. Not only that, Biafra is not against other neighbors. Biafra is not there to impede anybody else's progress. So let me just say in conclusion that if you are, please, if you use the nobility of the Biafran, the majesty, the regalness.
Thank you, sir. Right? Thank you. I have somebody waiting on the phone, sir. 1 minute. Hello, thank you very much. Love of God is my strength. Thank you, madam, for calling in. Good evening to you.
Thank you.
2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. NAIJA Watch, and thank you everyone on the platform and the comment section. And thank you, Mr. Pansat. We've not seen you for a very long time, and you came in today. Well, hope you're all right. Thank you for coming. Now, what I want to say, I think to me, I noticed this thing all the time. There was a time, and I will not lie, I was really interested in Biafra thing because of what was going on in Nigeria then, before we came around. I noticed something. I'm not Igbo, I'm Urobo, but I support Peter Obi. I did not look whether Peter Obi is Igbo or not. And this platform you see, this man here, Mr. NAIJA, he will never allow anybody to stereotype about any tribe. Nothing. He will go again. He will say, no, don't generalize. That's one thing this man always says. I've never seen one day criticize one tribe. But there's something I noticed, and I will say it yesterday. Igbo people, they are our people. I love them. My dad married an Igbo woman. She's my stepmom. My younger brother is my brother. The woman gave that boy. But there's a tune, a kind of tune of proudness that I don't like. You don't bully other people to join Igbo people, Biafra, by telling people as if you people are better than other people. God created all human beings. There's no human being that is not all right. Every one of us are good in our own tribe, in our own space. So what I am saying, we should respect each other. If we decide that we want to come together and create a country, there has to be a sense of respect. You don't bully people. You don't put people down to raise up your tribe. Every human being is made by God, created by God, I'm sorry. And every human being must be respected in their own tribe. Yes, you love your tribe, but you must respect other people. Don't put them down. If you want to work with people, other tribes in Nigeria, in the south, you have to bring yourself down. Okay. Don't exalt yourself so that people will not run away from anything for us to come together. My brother will love you, and I'm just saying my mind that we should be very gentle the way we talk. We should not talk in pride. It is not good.
Thank you.
Pride comes before reform. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. God bless you. Let me quickly pick another call right here. Lord, there's a lot of traffic. Everybody calling in, please make it 2 minutes. Thank you very much, sir, for calling us from Abuja. Go ahead, talk to us, sir.
Good evening, my brother. Good evening, everybody in panel. I did not agree with the first caller. He said Northerners at once supporting good. Not all Northerners. Let me tell him true now. I'm also from Northerners, and that this supporting many of Northerners did not support Tinubu. It's the evil Northerners that want to support Tinubu. Our Malans who collecting the money from Tinubu that wants to support him. That's why the Abba Gumi is coming out and shouting now that his money has finished. He's looking for another money. That's why he's shouting that he's accusing Tinubu. They are all the evil Northerners that want to support Tinubu. So we Northerners do not support him. One was saying that many Northerners, and they wouldn't support him. And up to tomorrow, we didn't support him. The evil ones who support him, they are crying now. They're crying up and down now. I'm from North. I'm from far North. So I can tell him that Northerners won't support me. The evil ones mentioned their name with the body rule also 8 years. We didn't benefit to anything. Rather than they're killing our people. So how can we support APC? APC is the evil. So but APC is the evil. You cannot support it. The evil Northerners that won't support him. So you should not be saying that Northerners want to support you. We do not be saying that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. All right. Please let me take just 2 more calls, then I'll come back to you. Madam Ola, you called us earlier on, so I would like you to quickly speak to us right now if you are there. Good evening to you, madam. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Please talk to us.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Can
go
I
ahead.
Talk now?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for all you do, and we thank God for this platform. I just want to respond quickly to the man. I don't know his name.
Mr. Pansat. Mr. Pansat.
Okay. So everybody has said what I was going to say too, but I just want to point out something. Like the last woman said, you don't impose yourself on people. You just come across to me as somebody with this grandiose life that wants to show people that he knows a lot and his own point is only the point to be taken. What Mr. Oraka was saying is very clear to everybody. Like we all have agreed on this platform. He was talking about Biafra. He was talking about if you want to, you know, like embrace your tribe and really show that this is what you want, you can't be doing it in a wrong way. What I concluded from what he said is the fact that he's such a passionate Igbo man, a Biafran, and he wants to impose and show people that he knows the law, this is the way you should go. No, you don't do that. You come across to me as somebody that's so imposing to the point that I lost the trend of thought that you are trying to bring across. I didn't, everything now, you have had your thoughts to be so distorted that at the end of the day, you didn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry to say, I'm not trying to insult you. That is what the image you presented to me. And I don't know, Mr. Najaiwo, can I quickly talk about Tinubu or call another time?
Maybe you call back again later.
Yeah, but please let me talk to her before she goes, please. Elvis, please let her stay for a minute.
Mr. Pastor, okay. But at the end of the day, you did not impress me.
Madam
because
Ola,
of the way you brought
Madam
it about.
Ola,
You were
please
saying
hold
all
on.
sorts of things. You are not concentrating
Don't
on
leave.
the topic. At the end of the day,
Madam Ola,
you didn't make sense to me.
Okay, Madam Ola, don't move.
Yeah.
Don't go, please. Just stay on the phone.
Okay.
Mr. Pansat want to respond to you. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. By the way, she makes a very good observation, right? The format of the show right here was all over the map, so I wasn't really trying to press my case. But before you go, why I wanted you to stay is because you levied a constructive criticism. Basically, I was making the bit. Let me address that issue because not only you who's talking about you cannot make people join you. Of course you can't. In our proverb in Igbo, there's an Igbo proverb we have that says, Nkapi rebe na aboso ebe okwekola nibia. What that means is that there's this rat. It's not really a rat, but it's got an elongated nose, right? And it stinks. It sees the eagle and it's running. The question then becomes, has the eagle even decided to pick it up? No. We do not. I'll give anybody $500 that will show me any genuine Igbo person or activist, whatever, that wants anybody else who's not a Biafran to be a Biafran. Biafra has existed before. We know who we are. But don't forget, though, if the Nigerian people decided to divide us and take some of our people and put over here, we know our people and our people know us. We're not going to let you do that. Eventually, we're going to come to get our people, just like what you see in Israel and Hamas right now. For 3,000 years, they were gone, but they came back to take their place back. So nobody's telling you.
Don't. You did not create it. You were
well, I'm telling you directly. I'm telling you.
Okay, Mr. Pansat, it's okay.
Yeah. And that just, you know, I just lost interest.
Okay, it's okay.
I lost interest totally. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you. One more call. I'm coming to the panel. One more call. Hello, thank you, Mr. Austin, calling from UK. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Najaiwo.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, Najaiwo. Good evening to the panelists and the comment session. Quickly, I want to speak to Mr. Pansat. By the world is using other ethnic in that country as minority. Nobody is a minority because if everyone is fighting a cause in a country, it signifies that everyone in that country, they are all citizens of that country. So trying to use an ethnic group as a minority, we as the Benin, we are not minority. So fighting the cause of Nigeria does not make us a minority.
Exactly.
It's the greed that has engulfed the leadership of Nigeria. That is why Mr. Pansat will use the word minority. And trying to speak to you, Najaiwo, was that that word
is an insult by using that word that you from Edo State, you are trying to see the Igbos as nothing. You're talking about the Igbos. We are all fighting a cause for the Igbos. He's talking about the previous civil war. The civil war that he's talking about, he think everybody was not aware of what happened in civil war. We all know what happened in civil war. So I would like for him, as he's still on the panel, he should apologize to the Benin. He should apologize to the Benin because that upset me. I'm not a minority. Here in the UK that I am, I've not been treated as a foreigner. I've been treated as somebody who live and dwell in this country.
Exactly.
I cannot be called a minority in my country. Please, he should apologize. I don't want to speak about any other things. He should apologize for that word minority. It's unacceptable to the people of Benin. It's unacceptable to every other tribe in Nigeria. Nobody is a minority. Let me quickly talk about Emefiele is talking about. Emefiele worked under Muhammadu Buhari. Buhari is the one who appointed Emefiele worked for him. Buhari did not treat Emefiele the way Tinubu is treating Emefiele. You should understand that Tinubu is fighting Emefiele because of the interest that Emefiele tarnished. That is why Tinubu is fighting Emefiele. So he should not use everybody to look like all Hausa are just being biased. It's not all Hausa. It's just the greedy one, like one of my brother, the Hausa man who just called you, that just speak that all Hausa are not in discourse with Tinubu.
Thank you, sir.
Please, Mr. Pansat, once again, you should apologize to the Benin. We are not minority. I cannot be a minority in my fatherland. Thank you, Mr. NAIJA Watch.
God bless
Thank
you,
you, everybody in the panelists.
Thank you.
I'm waiting for his reply.
Thank you. All right. No, hold on, sir. Hold on. I have Mr. CM on the phone. Mr. CM, thanks for calling in, sir. You're supposed to be on the panel. Good evening to you, sir.
I don't see. You don't fool. You don't fool.
I bet you go find your way. You go find your way, combo.
I go the way. You know, I tell you, man.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay, talk to us briefly. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, you find your way in. All right. Please call us. Just hold on.
Let's see. I'm coming. Said I'll get up the place now.
You said what?
Let him come.
No. Hold on. Okay, you want to leave now, right? Give us a matter. Are you leaving the panel? Give us a matter. You're not responding again. I can't hear you. But I thought you just said something just now, girl. Unmute yourself now.
Okay, can you hear me? I think there's problem with network, so this thing has been throwing me out since. So maybe he's having issues with his network.
Okay. I don't know what is happening. Mr. Pansat, you wanted to quickly respond to that. Only 30 seconds, because we need to move out of this now.
Okay, and we should de-escalate this and then actually make this topic another day. But for the caller who called, there are definitions. Unfortunately, minority is one of those things. It has a definition, right? It's a smaller number or part, especially a number that is less than half the whole number, right? In that sense, so a minority group is not anything. Blacks are a minority group. Now, if you look at Edo State has a population. The entire of Edo, right? Edo State has about 4.7 million people, right? Not everybody in that 4.7 million. It's yeah. So, no, but Mr. Elvis, just hold on. I want to touch on what he's saying because we don't disagree that much. But I know you have. Yeah. Okay. You have a shoulder on. It's just not fair for me to handle this. So I understand. I'll stop here. And is CM coming? Do you want me to stay or what? What do you suggest?
All right, for me, let me just move on to others. That's my concern right now. I want to hear from other people. Okay, Mr. Joseph Orji is on the phone as well. Mr. Joseph Orji, thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Please talk to us. Good evening to you, sir.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Elvis.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I decided to just phone in regarding Pansat, Mr. Pansat, really. Mr. Pansat, I just want to address you. What's happening is that the way you did your submission regarding, let me tell you, Oraka from the word go, everything he said, Oraka, there's nothing wrong about it. He was totally right about what he said about the Igbos, we the Igbos, because I'm an Igbo man, and I know exactly what happened during the Civil War. That man was totally right. There is no unity at all. Oraka was right. Even if tomorrow you are given Biafra on the platter of gold, I'm telling you, there's not going to be any unity. The Onitsha man will tell you that I'm not one of you. The Onitsha people will tell you that they are not one of you, and various other people too will say they are not one of, they are not part of. There is no unity. There is no unity at all in Igbo land. Please, don't be able to come and go all this nonsense that is going on about Biafra. It's not going to work. It will fail. It has failed earlier on in the past, and it will fail again. And this is what I am very sure of this. Even Ojukwu himself came to realize before he passed on, he came to realize all this. That this thing it will not work because there's no unity. Look at even those in those downside and River State. They don't want to be part of you because that fear of being dominated, that fear is there. That they will be dominated. These people are going to dominate us. The same thing happened with the Calabas and the Akwa Ibom people. That fear of being dominated, and that's exactly what you've come to exhibit in this very with high-handedness and unnecessary arrogancy. You tell me.
Okay, let me respond. Let me respond, OJ. You and I.
No, please, hold on, sir. Let him finish.
This is exactly the whole situation. It's totally wrong. The way you pursue it, and guess what? Ojukwu single-handedly uses that money. Nobody did anything at all. Yeah, that the late what's it called? Mbadiwe came to London, collected money, and siphoned the money. Everybody was well and said, are you telling me Ojukwu was the only millionaire then? This man, nobody support. He had no support. He fled, said he was going to seek for help. Ojukwu single-handedly spent his father's money to conduct that war. No, there was no help anywhere. Nowhere. Whereas you had millionaires all over the place. To me, there's no unity, and this is exactly what Obi is going through. As it is now, if I'm Obi, I will not show up in all this funny occasion here and there in Igbo land. I'm telling you, there's no unity. As it is, they're all ganging up against that man. All of them are now ganging up against that man. Nonsense.
I'm eager to respond to him.
Exactly what you are portraying now. That's exactly what you are portraying.
Okay, all right. Mr. Joseph Orji, I don't want you to go yet because I want him to respond while you're still here. Mr. Pansat, 1 minute to respond, please.
All right, thank you, sir. By the way, Mr. Orji, I see him on the comment section. He always says, look, I'm an Igbo man and this and this. Some of the comments, the complaints he has about Biafra is common to all Africans, all black people, obviously, right? There's no cohesion. There's no love among the people. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Now, let me say that, number one.
Make you 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, because we need to move on, please.
I understand, but Elvis, this is what the problem is. I mean, let's treat this properly. 2 minutes.
But we don't have the time, sir. Please. I've given you enough time.
I know, but he was piling on. He was wrong and he was piling on.
Yeah, but you don't have enough time, quick to respond.
Yeah, nobody is making anybody do anything. Nobody is asking anybody to be a part of Biafra. If there's no, if Igbos are going to dominate, and the Fulani is dominating people on the south side right now, taking their oil, come in there, put in the pipeline and take the oil and use it against us. That's a provocation enough for us to go after that place.
Okay.
Right. So what the other thing I wanted to say, I mean, let me land. Please, let me land.
But this guy, time, sir.
Mr. Elvis, I think, honestly speaking, I'm so sorry if I have to cut it. I'm so sorry if you can allow me to.
Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I feel like Mr. Pansat, the person that's talking to you is a 100% Igbo woman. My name is Nana Obi. Yes. I'm an Igbo woman, right? So first of all, Mr. Elvis, I want to appreciate you. That's one thing I like about this panel. The time you've given this man, he has spent so much time. Like one person said that at the beginning, I'm not sounding rude to him. As long as I'm concerned, the first time he spoke, he spent how many minutes saying something that does not make any simple sense to me. And for me, as an Igbo person, like everybody else is saying, Mr. Pansat, I want to tell you here and now, I don't think that what we are discussing here is more about, because if we concentrate more about tribe, Igbo, whatever, it's going to be a problem. Let me tell you, for me, for one person, and one person that has never supported the Biafra movement, the reason why I do not support it is not because I do not see that there is marginalization or whatever that is going on in Nigeria, probably against the Igbos, but the bottom line is that the way the Igbos go about it, like the last speaker, Mr. Oji, said, there is no single unity among the Igbos. So anybody who is thinking that Biafra is going to come is living in a lot of fantasy, because if you look at even the fight for the Biafra, where is the fight going on now? It's going in Igbo land. If there is any group of people that are deserted at this point, that are afraid of going home, that are afraid of doing something as simple as going home to bury your own person at the Igbos, you cannot tell me that a people like that can have a nation. So I don't even understand what the whole thing. Mr. Elvis, please, I'm pleading with you. If we can just reroute this whole thing, let's discuss why we are here. My own thing is for us to discuss what is concerning Nigeria, how Nigeria is going to move forward, how Nigeria is going to be what Nigeria ought to be. Leave this Biafra thing. Look, I am angry when anybody comes up to talk about Biafra. Do you know why I'm angry? Because this Biafra agitation has done us more harm than good. It has done me. I say it all the time on this platform. My village is deserted today because of this Biafra thing. I am pleading with you, Mr. Elvis. Please, let's end this thing and let's talk about it. This is why we're here. Mr. Pansat, please, carry this Biafra thing. If you people need to do something about whatever that is going on in Igbo land, first of all, go and fix the madness that is going on in Igbo land before you come here to talk about Biafra.
Thank you.
The Anambra man does not like an Igbo man, an Imo man. An Imo man does not look like an Abia. I have a sister who wanted to get married to an Anambra man. They vowed that an Imo lady cannot come into their family. What nonsense are we talking about? Mr. Elvis, please, let's discuss why we are here.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Madam Nena. Thank you so much.